Alright, hello everyone and welcome to my presentation. My name is Anthony Zortea. I gotta do this. My name's Anthony Zortea. Sorry, this is my 9th class, so I'm sorry if you've had to hear from me already. I'm Anthony. So I'm currently a 5th grade math teacher and science/social studies this year at North Penn School District. This is my 5th year in the district. I've also taught science for 1 year down in Fort Lauderdale. So I've been in education and childcare for a long time. What do I do for fun? So for anyone that's taken the class with me already, this is a new picture. I play guitar, I play piano, and I sing during the summers. I do plays at my summer camp. This is Lord Farquaad. I was Lord Farquaad a couple years ago, and they put gardener's knee pads on my knees, and I shuffled around on my knees because I'm tall and he's short, and that was fun. I like to exercise, I like to play disc golf, and I like to hang out with my family. I have 7 brothers and sisters, lots of aunts, uncles, nephews, and stuff, so a lot of what I do. Okay, so what is my operational definition of STEM? So for me, it's the inclusion of multiple disciplines, science, technology, engineering, and mathematics, into a lesson or a unit to increase motivation through context development. So I kind of took these ideas from the guiding principles number 2 and number 4. Number 2 being building relevance in your lessons, and number 4 challenging the students. And one key of challenging the students was it stops students from being bored. So for me, it's all about motivation. It's all about creating activities where students are solving real life problems because all these disciplines have been included together, and we use that to build context. And through context, the activities make sense for the students, and they're things that the students want to do. And if they want to do something, they're motivated to learn so they can then do. So for me, it's all about building context, which then increases motivation. Okay, so a STEM activity that I've done in the past, I'm using the example of the water filtration lesson that we did from ACTE 651 that I did with my students. And the students designed and implemented a water filtration system. So some of the elements from STEM. For science, they had to plan and carry out investigations because they actually did the water filtration. They had to construct explanations. At the end, we talked about what worked, what didn't work, why we thought it worked. So we talked about explanations. For engineering, I had the students develop and use models. They had to actually draw out what they were going to do. They had to design those solutions as well. And last, for technology, they learned how to use new technologies. Maybe not necessarily new in the world, but new to them, because we had like cheesecloth and we had metal strainers. So there's these new technologies that they had to think about how they were going to use it in order to filter out that water. I think I could have done a lot better, but this is, one that I have. So why is STEM important? So the Neil deGrasse Tyson video, I thought it was pretty interesting. They very often start off with jobs, and that jobs are going to, in order to be good workers in the future, students have to know how to use science technology. They have to know how to integrate all these different things to solve problems. And I really don't think it's a great argument, because there's a lot of things that we do in school that's not for jobs. It's not necessarily to make our students good factory workers or problem solvers for a job. It's an explanation. I don't think it's a very good one. I think the better reason that STEM is important, Neil deGrasse Tyson talks about how this thinking establishes the wiring in your brain. Right? So he talks about trig functions not necessarily being useful, but the process of learning and the process of solving problems teaches a student how to solve problems. So it's not necessarily that the content is the most important, but rather we're teaching the brain how to think outside the box, how to plan, how to execute, how to reflect. So I think that's the better reason for why STEM is important. And my goals are to find practical, efficient ways to incorporate STEM in my classroom. Like we know, we have limited time, limited resources. How can I do something quickly that is useful? And to create STEM activities that have real value to their discipline and not just for the optics. So to do STEM because I want them to be better at science, better with technology, better engineering, better at mathematics, not just, oh, hey, check out this STEM thing that I found on Pinterest. Something that has real hardcore value to a discipline rather than just looking like an interesting STEM activity. So that's me.